Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to my channel. I am so stupid excited about this video. Like, beyond anything I'm actually willing to even really explain. I don't know why. I think it's because I struggle to find stuff like this. But I'm gonna just be sharing my seating chart with you guys. So if you have followed me on Instagram, I point back there, you can't see it. There's this nice, lovely, large mirror. That is the mirror that I'm going to be like DIYing my seating chart on for the day of the wedding. And I'm just gonna kind of show you guys how I like put it all together and made sure it looks right before I even wrote on the mirror, because I know that can be a little bit difficult and people are like, how the heck am I supposed to do that? So I'm just gonna share all those tips and tricks with you guys today. When you're watching this video, I will be 9 days away. So we will actually be in single digits when you are watching this video, and that's just like, I cannot wait to marry him. I am so excited to be his wife. So that's probably why I'm doing weird things with my hands, but I can't wait, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to go below and subscribe if you are new here. Put up 2 new videos every single week. Let's just move into it because I'm just way too excited. So I'm going to go ahead and just like let you guys in on a secret. If you don't already know, I'm a little OCD, and I'm also an interior designer. So unfortunately that gives me access to a program that not all of you may have access to. I'm sure there are other ways to do it. Comment below if you know of a way to make a seating chart to scale. But that's the biggest thing that I really needed, like mentally, to understand to be able to make this, was I needed to see the mirror to scale with the names and the numbers before I even put a single mark on the mirror. And I know that probably doesn't make sense, but I have an artistic brain, and this helped because I know like I would have messed up a million times if I hadn't have done it this way. So this is what I did, and I know it is like disgustingly OCD. I am honestly kind of a little bit embarrassed to even show it to you, but basically I measured the entire mirror. This part where the writing is like the reflective part, and then I literally went in and like wrote out our names, which is what'll be at the top, and I measured it, and I wrote out how much space there is here, 1 foot and 8.5 inches, and I measured it so that I would know, okay, at 1 foot 8.5 inches there needs to be like a line. So this is all of the table numbers. I originally had 12 tables, but I don't anymore, so now I've got, this says like best day ever. Just in a nutshell, why I did it this way was so each of these I know is 8 inches. So I've got 8 inches to work with on the mirror for each list. Now there are 8 people at each table, so essentially you have 1 inch per name, which is a lot because you write somebody's name in an inch. I mean, that's just big. These lines will not be there, but they are just to kind of show me, okay, this is where this needs to be, 8 inches. Basically, to make this without AutoCAD, you're gonna need a scale ruler, obviously just the measurements of whatever you're actually writing on, and then like a blue painter's tape. So essentially what you could do is you're just gonna have to know how to use a scale ruler. I don't know how to explain that to you. It's one of those rulers that has the 3 sides on it. I'll link a video that I can find on YouTube for you guys in the description bar below, because I don't do that justice explaining it. But all you have to do is just get a scale ruler, literally make it to scale, and then just measure out everything and you'll be fine. I know that probably sounds a little bit overwhelming, but if you know how to use a scale ruler, it's super easy. Make sure that you're aware the medium that you're using will actually work. I'm using like chalk paint markers, if that makes sense, for the mirror, because I think that's just like the easiest way to do it. I don't know if any of you guys would ever do paint or like Sharpie if you're doing the sign a different way, but if you're doing a mirror, I would definitely recommend the chalk like paint sticks, because you can erase those with Windex very easily, and so if you make a mistake, it's very easy to go back, while Sharpie is a very permanent decision. You're also going to need blue painter's tape and a level. So I just used a level, made sure that the blue painter's tape was like, obviously it was level, and then I used that as my line. This was the easiest way to do this because I just knew I had 8 inches to write 8 people's names and a very large table number. Obviously, if you were making the seating chart, you were very close to your wedding, so you probably know how many people and exactly who are going to be there if you're doing a seating chart, like you know their names. The easiest thing for me was I basically just said, okay, I'm gonna have 12 tables. We ended up only having 11, but I said, okay, I'm gonna have 12 tables. How are we gonna do this? And so I split it into 6 sections on each side, and then we only have 11, so I just said, okay, we'll put best day ever and the date in the corner. That was very simple. And then I did write out the names. I know you guys can't see that because, well, nobody's got vision that good. And so I just went in and I put in the names just because that will help me if I can just look at this when I make the seating chart, like quickly, okay, they're at 2, they're at 3, they're at 4. I did put them in alphabetical order based on the last name per table. That probably made no sense coming out. But so if they're scanning the chart and they see, you know, table 3 and they know their last name starts with a C and it's BBH, they're gonna say, okay, I'm not on that one. They're gonna be able to skip by. You can do letters instead of the numbers, but that did not work for us because we had like 2 people with the last name M and like 3 people with the last name Z or something like that. And so I didn't feel super comfortable doing like the whole alphabet and like every letter for just one person. So it ended up being a lot easier to do table numbers when I definitely thought I was going to be one of those who did the letters. Don't be afraid of failure and that be the reason you can't do this. I promise you're probably way more creative than you realize and you give yourself credit for. So many people are. It just takes a lot of time and you can't sit down and rush through something. You need to give yourself the effort and say, okay, I can do this, and just do a lot of research. Play with things a little bit. If you use the paint markers on a mirror, you're gonna be able to like write your name, and if you look at it and you're like, wow, it looks like crap, you're just gonna be able to go back and erase. Don't feel like anything's permanent. You can definitely go back, but it doesn't hurt if you have a friend who wants to do you a favor who has really pretty handwriting. Personally, I don't think this is gonna take me long to do. I bet 2-3 hours max. So I really hope that this video helped and that I don't sound like a rambling idiot, because honestly, I just feel like sometimes I do. Another thing that will definitely help is knowing that you can erase what you're doing. So Windex is gonna be your BFF during this time. The paint markers are super easy to get off with Windex. And honestly, I'm so OCD that like every single time a piece of tape comes off, it needs to be Windex just to make sure. And then I'm probably going to take the mirror, store it at my parents' house facing the wall, like leaning so that the mirror doesn't touch, but because I just don't want anybody bumping up against it and messing with it, because I am doing this, you know, like a week out, so it's not a super huge deal. You know, a lot of people there won't be time to mess it up, but you just never know with us. And that is all. That's it. You can do it. I believe in you. I know you can. Do not doubt yourself. I promise. There have been so many things that like me and my mom have been like, we cannot do this. And then we've been like, yes, we can. You can do it. I promise. And I really hope this video helped you understand like the simpler ways to do it. Honestly, if you took nothing from it, it's just that you need to plan ahead. Just plan ahead. It doesn't even matter if anything looks like this. It don't matter if your mirror is huge or if it's fat or if you want to use a different medium, whatever. If you plan ahead, you will be okay, I promise. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.